Good afternoon. Thank you for joining us for Coastal Connections. I'm your host, Ashley Smith, and we are starting with an issue that is very important to individuals, families, communities, and of course across Hampton Roads. We're talking about cancer awareness, and there's an opportunity this weekend for you to be a part of an event that is really kind of furthering the education, the awareness, and the advocacy behind cancer. So here to talk more about it, we have Keena Andrews and Michael Giles, mother and son, that are participating in a very special event this weekend. Keena, tell us more about it.
Yes, we have an event this weekend. It's the 3rd annual Celebration of Life Weekend Conference, which you are our host for our 2nd year in a row.
Yes.
This weekend is just full of advocating, educating the community on the effects that cancer plays to not just the survivor, but to everyone, you know, the community in large. Cancer basically takes a toll on us physically, emotionally, financially, spiritually. It's just as a whole. We honor and recognize the children affected by cancer. We honor the caregivers and recognize the caregivers because it takes a huge support network.
Absolutely.
Cancer doesn't just affect the person diagnosed, but it affects everybody who knows and loves us.
Right, and you are a survivor as well.
I am. This October will be my 3rd year as a cancer survivor. I was originally diagnosed in 2014, had a bilateral mastectomy. Then 2015 had my left thyroid removed, and then in 2016 had the last ovary to complete a hysterectomy.
Wow. So this is obviously very important to you. And you mentioned caretakers, those who are there for those going through cancer. I know, Michael, you were there for your mom the whole time, and you are a part of this weekend. You're like the youth coordinator for the Kids Fun Day. So I do want to talk about that because sometimes kids don't know their place in events like this. So tell us what the kids get to do this weekend.
Well, I really started this because when my mom started getting cancer and she started going to support groups, and then not to be like selfish or anything, but I was like, what about me? I'm still going through things. At the time I was 12 years old. I didn't know what was happening. All I knew was my mom was going in and out the house. So I look for things for kids like me that I can go to, get help. But as I looked, there wasn't many things to go to. So I was like, why not create my own?
That's right.
Why not create my own event and basically help other kids like me so we can all get together and take our mind off the subject of cancer.
You have no idea how big of a deal that is because it's scary. You know, my mom is a breast cancer survivor as well. So you are doing an incredible, incredible thing. I want you to know that. And this is going to be a fantastic weekend. So much going on all weekend. We don't have enough time to talk about everything, but give folks the details. If they want to get in contact with you, you have about 30 seconds left. How can they get in contact with you to find out more?
Well, we have the Eventbrite link is, you know, SWS Celebration of Life 2017.eventbrite.com. Email strongwillsurvivor@gmail.com, as well as we're on Facebook. We have events, all of that. But it's going to be a jam-packed weekend with Devon Busters as one of our big sponsors. We're kicking off our Survivor and Family Game Night, where we joined his Kids Fun Day and Survivor Night Out.
Awesome.
And then our Survivor and Supporters Brunch. As well as then we end off with our Celebration of Life Gala at the Children's Museum on that Saturday night.
Awesome. September 29th and 30th, Celebration of Life Weekend Conference. Going to be a great time. Keena, Michael, thank you so much, and we'll be right back. All right, welcome back to Coastal Connections. Thank you for sticking with us. It is that time again, the 44th annual Neptune Festival at the Virginia Beach Oceanfront, jam-packed with events the entire weekend. And here to talk more about it, two very special guests here. Stacey Cummings, King Neptune, good to see you again.
Good to see you.
And Becky Bump, we're excited to see you as well. You guys have been working really hard for this weekend, so let's talk about it. Okay, King Neptune, your favorite event of the weekend?
Well, it has to be the parade. I mean, how many people get to have their own parade?
Right, exactly.
Float and everything.
Exactly.
That's it.
And it's a big parade, too.
It is. It covers 16 blocks from 16th Street to 32nd, and it starts at 11:30 on Saturday.
Nice.
So, you know, come on out and bring the kids and enjoy the day.
And
load of fun.
A note about this year's parade, which is really special, is that it's like the band parade of the year. We have over 18 marching bands from all over Hampton Roads are coming in from out of Baltimore.
That's unusual too, right?
Yeah, it really is unusual. So it's going to be a really music-centered, and I love marching bands, and so I think this is going to be really special for that reason this year as well.
Absolutely it is. We know the parade.
Aside from your float too.
Oh, of course. I mean, that goes without saying, ladies and gentlemen. Now, Tim and I are going to be emceeing the parade.
You are.
Very excited about that, so we hope to certainly see you all out there. What else is going on during the weekend? Tell us about some of the other events.
Well, we have stages set up with music throughout the weekend. There will be, for the first time this year, a doggy dock.
Dock Dogs.
Dock Dogs.
What is that?
The Dock Dogs are the setup where you bring your dog and they can swim, they can leap. They're judged on a variety of, you can go to dockdogs.com and you can find out, but they're coming down and it's going to be at 15th Street and they get to participate in all sorts of events, them, the dogs and their humans. And so it should work out well. Of course, our featured event is the International Sand Sculpting Championship.
Right.
And that opens Friday morning at 9 o'clock, and so we have 32 sculptors creating sculptures, and so they're coming in from over 10 countries, and so they're competing in the solo and the team division. So that's really a major highlight. And we have the parade, we have fireworks.
We have vendors, food vendors.
I was going to ask about that.
Oh,
how's the food going to be?
And the art show is great. We have 250 artisans that are going to be on the boardwalk, so it's really just it's a festival within a festival within a festival. So there's so much to do, and there's really something for everybody.
There'll be an 8K, a 5K, a 26-yard crab crawl for the little kids.
Right.
Oh, nice.
So we have something for everyone. Volleyball tournament, sailing regatta, fireworks on Saturday night.
Nice.
So.
Nice way to round it all out.
Yeah,
with the fireworks. Wonderful. Well, you know, is there anything else that I know you talked about? Was it Dock Dogs?
Dock Dogs.
Dock Dogs. We'll get it right eventually, right? That's new. Is that the only thing that's new this year? Anything else that might be new or unusual, maybe changed a little bit?
Well, I think the Dock Dogs is a new big attraction.
Yeah.
Obviously, the focus on the parade with the bands is also, you know, another new. You know, we have about over 30 concerts. The music is free all weekend, and we have concerts Friday, Saturday, and Sunday on 17th, 24th, and 31st Street stages, and that's all free for the public. So it's really, you know, it's really nice for the community, nice for our guests, and so we're excited.
We're excited too. It's going to be a great weekend. Tim and I are looking forward to being out there with you for the parade and hanging out with you guys all weekend. Another great time for the Neptune Festival, the 44th annual. Make sure you're there September 29th through October 1st. And more information, of course, can be found on 13newsnow.com.
Yes, and the website is also loaded with information, so you can go to neptunefestival.com.
Neptunefestival.com. Check it out, guys. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Coastal Connections. October the 6th through the 8th, not this weekend, but next weekend, you have an opportunity to support our fallen heroes right here in Hampton Roads. There's a very special event honoring a very special fallen hero in particular. We're talking about Devon Grube. There is a Memorial Barbecue Classic happening next weekend, and here to talk more about that is Devon's wife, Margie Grube, and Kenny Letner, the event organizer. We're going to cover a lot in just a little bit here, but first, let's talk about Devon and let's talk about why we are having this event.
Sure. So Devon was my husband, and after he died, sorry.
No, take your time. Take your time.
Kenny, our dear friend, came and said, let's do an event to honor Devon. Devon loved music, he loved beer, he loved a barbecue. So this event kind of encompasses all of that. And in doing this, we're also raising funds and trying to do stuff, preparing for future years of this event. To help families of fallen service members. I feel so blessed that we have had organizations that have reached out to help us, and we kind of want to give back and do the same.
Yeah, we talked a little bit before about how these organizations really came in. You know, there were so many little things that you don't think about in the midst of planning and life after the fact, and how they were there. And this organization, this event, is going to be really benefiting them in so many big ways. I think initially it was just a barbecue, and then it blew up, right?
Yeah, I mean, initially Kenny came to me and I thought he said, let's do a barbecue event. I thought we were going to line our crock pots up. Right. And we were going to have a couple spoons, but here we are, which is amazing.
I mean, the way that it has transformed into what it's going to be next weekend is so phenomenal. It is. Can you tell us a bit about where it started and how it became like a weekend thing?
well, again, me and Margie had talked, and we wanted to do something to really kind of like she said, really just kind of take a tribute to Devon, and that turned into, it just seemed like every time we turned around, God was putting the right person in front of us to make this happen. So it was a very powerful thing that started occurring. Operation Once in a Lifetime is a nonprofit organization in Texas that really takes care of veterans and wishes, and they do a lot of stuff. And I was put in contact with them through a mutual friend, and he said, "What do you need, Kenny?" I said, "I need to be a part of your organization. We need to open up an East Coast branch so I can run this class." He goes, "Not a problem." And he just opened the doors up and really let us do that. Navy SEAL Foundation stepped in and said, "Hey, what can we do to help?" So that turned into, it just kind of kept growing to the point now where it's a 3-day event. We have 6 bands playing over 3 days. Kansas City Barbecue Society sanctioned event. The governor signed off and made it a state championship. We have 24 professional teams coming in to compete from all over the country. We got teams coming in as far as Knoxville, Tennessee. They're competing for a $10,000 prize. It is just absolutely just grown leaps and bounds. T-Mobile is absolutely going to be here. They've made a commitment to hire 5,000 veterans over the next 3 years. They want to be at this event to talk to veterans, to really work with them and offer them job opportunities. And I have to mention that, you know, this is the Devon Grube Memorial Barbecue Classic presented by Century 21 top producers. Wes Coons at Century 21 really stepped up. He called me the second he heard about it and said, "Kenny, we want the top spot. Here's a check, however much you need." And I'm like, "Well, Wes, do you want us to tell you what you're getting?" Is I don't care. So it's just been really great. Everybody just really come together to make this event very, very special. We have a raffle I want to get to.
Let's make sure we acknowledge that this is one of the raffle items. I'm sorry it's not a Dallas Cowboys helmet, but it is what it is, okay? There are a lot more items. We can't talk about them all right now, but make sure you go to dgbbqclassic.com to find out more information. This is going to be a fantastic event, and we are certainly excited that you are doing so much for the families right here in Hampton Roads. Margie and Kenny, we thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
We'll be right back. Well, thank you for hanging out with us for Coastal Connections. We have a guest coming up next that has been here before on 13 News Now, and she is here to talk about the SWaMfest happening in Newport News. If you're not familiar with what the SWaMfest is, we're going to talk about it right now. So joining us is Angel Livas. Good to see you.
Yes, great to see you as well, Ash.
What is the SWaMfest? Tell us about it.
Okay, so SWaMfest stands for Small Women and Minority Businesses. Every year, VASCUP, they put on this huge event to help promote and raise awareness and bring connections to small women and minority-owned businesses. SWaMfest is also the Commonwealth's premier event for networking, for professional development, and for workshops. So literally the first opening night, which is Wednesday, October the 4th, you will, like the picture shows, have networking. There'll be vendors, there'll be all of the different schools. So there's 11 different schools that make up VASCUP. You'll have an opportunity to connect with them, learn about the different procurement opportunities that exist at their schools, learn about different partnership opportunities with other small women and minority-owned businesses.
And there are speakers as well during the event.
Oh my gosh, yes. So this year, very fortunate to have 2 dynamic keynote speakers. The very first one that we have is Gary Bunn. He is very well-known TEDx speaker, just a great motivational speaker. He's going to be talking about I Am a Go-Getter. We have Angela Dingle, who is the chairman of Women Impacting Public Policies. She's the chairman of their Education Foundation. So just different dynamics that you'll be able to really come out, learn, get motivated, and get ready to propel your business forward in the fiscal year 2018.
You have to register for this event.
Absolutely.
So how do you register?
You go to SWaMfest.com, and while you're there, you can register. You can learn about all of the events that will be taking place. You'll learn about the different vendors that will be there. A number, I think we have like almost 100 vendors that will be there for you to connect with and potentially do business with.
About 30 seconds left. Tell us how this whole thing got started. Did you feel like there was a need in the community for this?
I think, yes, it was definitely a huge need for bringing different small businesses, women businesses, and minority-owned businesses together. And there's a certification, which is the SWaM certification.
That's awesome. The SWaMfest is happening at Newport News Marriott City Center, October 4th and 5th. For more information, make sure you visit SWaMfest.com. And of course, it's all here on 13 News Now. Before we go, I do want to ask you, what have been some of the benefits that you've seen come out of the SWaMfest? Are we talking about, you know, like literally a springboard for people's connections?
Okay, so I can be a testament.
Yeah.
The very first event that I went to, I met a dynamic group of people that my business have partnered with to really generate new revenue, generate great contracts, and we've been working together for over 2 years. So I'm a living witness that SWaMfest works. Living,
walking testament to this organization and this wonderful festival. Thank you so much, Angel. Great to see you. We'll see you next year.
Yes, ma'am.
We'll be right back. Welcome back to Coastal Connections. You know, if you didn't know, cancer awareness and education is so important here at 13 News Now. It's one of the big causes that we support. And so we're going to talk about another opportunity here for you to contribute in some way to cancer awareness, advocacy, and education. So to do that, we have Carol Olson here again joining us from Lee's Friends.
Hello.
Thank you so much for being here.
Our pleasure.
You guys work so hard year round, and you have another event coming up called the Unique Boutique.
Correct.
Tell us about that.
Well, it is a shopping experience, so we want to help you get a jump start on your holiday shopping. We have over 30 vendors that are coming, selling a little of this and a little of that. Clothing, food, jewelry, pottery, beautiful clothing, you name it, we've got it. And a portion of all sales made during the event will be donated back to Lee's Friends to help us continue providing free service to the cancer community here in Hampton Roads.
Fantastic. And we're talking about how quickly the year has gone. It's going to be Christmas before you know it. So this is a great time to kind of get ahead of the game a little bit.
That's right.
Is this the first year that this is happening?
No, we started in 2007. So this is our 11th annual Unique Boutique. Clearly we're doing it right if we've got staying power like that. The vendors like coming because it's a win-win. Yeah. It is a fundraising opportunity, but we also like to raise friends at Lee's Friends. So it's an opportunity for us to meet a lot of new people and make some money for Lee's Friends all at the same time.
That's right. So obviously you can come and you can shop, but are there other ways that people can help out, get involved somehow?
Oh, yeah. Lee's Friends provides free support to the cancer community, and we do that with a really great core group of volunteers. So you can come and drive. We drive patients to and from doctor's appointments. We gave around 2,200 rides away free of charge last year. We've got volunteers who provide emotional support. So if you're having trouble with your cancer diagnosis or your mom's cancer diagnosis or your best friend's cancer diagnosis, you can call our office and we have volunteers who can provide you with emotional support. We have resources and a little bit of equipment, potty seats, shower chairs, that kind of thing that we have at our office that we're happy to donate to those who don't have them and would make their life a little bit easier. You have something you want to do with Lee's Friends, we're going to make it happen. You just need to call our office and we'll get you plugged in.
That's awesome. And let's talk a little bit more about, specifically where the money goes. Of course, it helps folks right here in Hampton Roads, but do you mainly see the money going toward medical expenses? Is it just, helping with wigs for those that lose their hair? Or where do you see the majority of your money going?
Well, the majority of our money goes to help keeping our doors open. Everything we do is free of charge, but the way that we do it is via the telephone, so we've got to pay phone bills. We send out information, so we have print bills, and we have a place that we call home, so we've got rent.
That's right.
So we have fixed costs that we need to cover, and we're always looking for new and creative ways to raise this money. The public is very generous with us, but special events in the community not only help us, as I stated earlier, raise funds, it helps us raise new friends and people who don't know about us and are looking for an opportunity to volunteer that's outstanding.
It's awesome. And if people would like to volunteer, contribute to next year's Unique Boutique or anything like that, give them the information for them to contact you.
They can find us on the web at leesfriends.org, or they can call us at 440-7501. We're there 9:30 to 2 Monday through Friday, but we do have an answering machine.
So there you go. No excuses there. Leave a message if you don't get someone. Carol, it's great to see you. This is going to be another fantastic event, and thank you for all you do for folks right here in Hampton Roads.
Thanks, Ashley.
Awesome. We'll be right back. Well, thank you for sticking with us for Coastal Connections. We have another guest here that is no stranger to 13 News Now, and a foundation, an organization doing so much in the community for our kids. So here to talk more about that is Winfield Edwards, representing the Crop Foundation. Good to see you again.
Good to be back.
Tell us about the Crop Foundation. What exactly is it that you do?
The Crop Foundation is a nonprofit organization. We work in partnership with the Sigma Kappa Kappa chapter of Omega Psi Phi to really touch the city of Chesapeake and help everyone in that we can.
And you guys do so many things really throughout the year. You're trying to help the kids, make sure they're good to go. You just gave away a scholarship to someone special. Tell us about that scholarship.
Well, last year our goal was to give away 2 $500 scholarships.
Okay.
But we met a young lady who blew us off our feet. So we actually gave her a $1,000 scholarship, Miss Shanice Morgan from Oscar Smith High School.
All right, go Tigers.
Right, we partnered with Oscar Smith this year, and they told us they had a young lady that they knew was deserving of it. And once we read her application and her essay, we really just decided to go ahead and give her the full funds for the scholarship.
Now, she couldn't be here today, but tell us a little bit about what made her stand out on her application.
Well, she was in the top third of her class. She had over a 3.5 GPA. She was the president of the literary magazine, the French club. She did it all. And but her mother, she and her mother lived alone and actually were homeless for different parts of time. So really her struggle to make it really touched us. So we decided to really partner with them. We don't really think it's a scholarship, we think it's a partnership. We'll follow her throughout her college experience and help her and her mother any way that we can.
That's awesome. Congratulations to her and just sticking in there, hanging in there. I mean, you know, it's certainly tough out here, so it's great what you guys are doing. And you mentioned you're going to stick with her throughout college.
Yes.
You guys have a mentorship program that there might be some kids who are watching or parents watching saying, I would love for my kids to meet guys like you guys. So tell us how to get involved in that mentorship program and what it's about.
Well, like we said, step one last year was our scholarship. This year we're going to try to kick off our mentorship program. Really, we're looking for young men between ages of 12 and 18 in the city of Chesapeake, and we will mentor, tutor, and really just teach them the pride in themselves as well as giving back to the community.
That's awesome. Now, what specifically does that involve? Are there tutor opportunities as well? Or is it mainly just, you know, hanging out with them and just being a role model to them? Like, what are some of the kind of underlying aspects in that program?
So we'll have one-on-one relationships as well as group settings. We really want to help them as well as their families. We believe that helping the community will help the child even better. So that's what we're really looking forward to doing.
Now, Crop is, you know, obviously a part of the fraternity itself, but let's just say there's someone watching that wants to get involved some way, maybe not a part of the fraternity. Is there something else they can do with Crop? Right.
Really, Crop was the idea of Will Bronson, who you saw in the picture, the very tall gentleman in the picture. And really his idea was to have something outside of the fraternity just for that reason, so that we could partner with anyone who was able to. So if you go to our website, you can really find any information that you need and contact us to really come and help us help Chesapeake.
Perfect. So volunteering, a big thing. What else are you guys looking for? Can people donate, or what else can people do?
Right. Donations are tax deductible. So if you go to Chesapeake cropfoundation.org, you are able to make donations, you are able to contact us and keep up with what we're doing in the community.
Now, for those that might be watching and they think they want to become a mentor or somehow be a volunteer with the organization, how much of a time commitment are we talking about, maybe per week? How many hours do you think per week?
Really per week it'll vary because we're doing the one-on-one as well as the group setting. But I would say, you know, as much time as we can give to the children. We don't really want to put a cap on it.
That's awesome. So really, if you're interested, go to the website again. That's ChesapeakeCropFoundation.org and get more information. Winfield, we're always excited to have you here. You guys are doing some great work in the community. So thank you guys so much. And thank you for being with us here for another edition of Coastal Connections. Have a wonderful day.